Hello, this is Dr. Jana and you are watching the video with me on Java. We are going for this part 2. Here we want to talk about the fundamentals of this Java program, how it runs. You see, the Java code that we want to run, it must start inside a class. That's why we declare a class. And here our class is main, because in the first program I have shown you our class name is main, right? I'll show you, don't worry. So a class should always start with an uppercase first letter must be uppercase, like the name of the Java file also be the same as the class name. Suppose you are putting the class name is main, main, then the file also you have to Java program also you have to save it at main.java, right? So then it starts, you see, for our main class it starts class space main, then after that the enter the coding it starts here. That means everything it starts from this main class, clear? So this is the thing in our Java it starts. Then immediately we go for the other part of that one. See, we see inside a program, we find out so many things are there. So public, static, void, main, so many things it comes there. What is the meaning of that and why? Because before that we should be very carefully understand all the things. Say we use public, first public, static, void, main, string arguments, all the things we put it there. What is the meaning of this public? Public is an access modifier, you know. Public is an access modifier which specifies who can access the method. That means making the main method public means it can be accessed globally, anybody can access it, right? You understand? So if you want anybody to access, then in that case you declare the modifier as public. Similarly, static is a keyword which is when associated with the method makes it a class related method. That means the main method is static, so that JVM can invoke it without instantiating the classes. So there is no need to instantiate directly, it can also invoke. That is the reason we are going for the static. Then we are going for this void, it is also keyword, and it used to specify that the method does not return anything. As the main method does not return anything, so it returns type is void. So as soon as the main method terminates, the Java program also terminates. Clear? This is the meaning of that one. Then main is the main method, name of the main method. Then string arguments, just you can see string. So these arguments, it stores Java command line arguments and is an array of type. What is the type? Java.lang.string class. Here the name of the string array is args arguments. You can give any name, but here it is given args arguments, like args, right? So in this way we can do the things. Then we move to our third one. Let us see here what is happening. We come across some general things here also in Java programming. How to write the comments? So this is a comment, how to write for a single line comment. So forward slash 2 times you put it, this is the comment. Suppose you want to write multiple line comments, so you put a slash, one forward slash, then star sign, then what is the multiple line you write it there, then put a star and put a forward slash. And then we come across the variables. Variables are containers for storing data values. You know, variables are containers for storing the data values. In Java there are different type of variables. You can see here we are having string, we are having integer, we are having float, we are having char, we are having boolean, all things we can see here. What is the purpose of the string? String stores text, for example say welcome or hello world, like that. These are the strings. One character is a single letter and string is a number of character letters, like this, right? So the string values are surrounded by double quotes. You can see string I am putting double quotes. If a single character, it is surrounded by single quote. That is the only difference. Integer, it stores the integer whole numbers. Then float, it stores the floating point number, for example 35.456. These are the floating number. So for this we use the data type float, right? Then the char, that is any a, small a, capital A, or like that, so many things. This is surrounded by a single quote, I told you. That boolean, it stores value like true or false. Then sometimes for declaring the variable we can use the final keywords. For example, if I declare a variable my id, say integer my id, I put something, then I put my id another number, then number changes. If you want to print that one, changes. But if you are the final means either others or you, you cannot you cannot overwrite it. You can overwrite the value what is assigned to this variable. Okay, so final, so integer is the data type. So I am using a keyword final over that one, before that one. So final integer, what is the integer name? My word, and with the value it is assigned this one. So if you are assigning, I say my id, I am assigning 220650 to something like that. Initially it was this one, it is like this. What is this my id? So I have given my id. My id means I am a faculty. So our college code is 22. I joined in the batch 06, and my as the head of the department number is 501. So for example, that just I have given it there. Okay, so that means initially I have given and I put the word keyword final. So if I am going to change it, instead of 501 I put it 502, it gives error. Okay, so these are the things we have to remember. Then immediately after that we go for some variables, how to declare the various variables and all things we come across here. See, before going for these variables, let us see what are the different things are available here, and what is the byte and see, you see the data, the type and size description, right? When I talk about the byte, it is only 1 byte, 8 bits, and stores whole number minus 128 to 127. See, then why I am talking about this? Suppose I declare integer. If you are declaring integer, it takes the value, stores the whole number from this to this, but we will be storing some numbers. So while you are integer, what you are storing? So 1 2 3 I is equal to 5, I is equal to 25. For this blocking this much of things, it is not desirable. So in that case, instead of usually using this integer, we can use this byte. So byte, what is the name? You put it, right, say some number or something like that. Then you put what is the value, you put it there, right? So byte, 1 byte, and stores whole number minus 128 to 127. Okay. Then sort, 2 byte, it stores minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Similarly, integer is 4 byte, so this is the number there, and long is 8 byte, so it stores the number between this and this. That means when you want to show a big number, then if you are using the data type is integer or sort, it won't accept. It will be so. You understand what I am telling that? So for that you have to use the long. Similarly, for floating point numbers, the stores fractional numbers sufficient for storing 6 to 7 decimal digits. Okay, the float you can use it there. But double, 8 byte, stores fractional numbers sufficient for storing 15 decimal digits. Here only for 6 to 7 decimal digits. Here you can go out. That means if after the decimal, after the fraction, it is big decimal is there. So in that case, we can use this double. Then we go for this boolean. Boolean, it is used for, it is 1 bit and it is used for true or false, T or F. Okay, right, 1 or 0. So then character, it is 2 byte, stores a single character or letter of ASCII values. Okay, so these are the things once you remember, then it is easier for us to do all things. Now let us open our IntelliJ IDEA, because this is the place where we have to we have written our Java program, and I will explain all these things, what the theory I told you till now. The entire thing I will be explaining to you, right? So now it is opening for you. Let us observe, because the first time what I told you that you have already installed Java JDK 1.8291. You have already installed IntelliJ. Then how do you do this main class and all things? The main program already you have run it. So what you did it there, the first time you are going for creating, how to create a new project and all the things already I have shown in my first video. You check it. Now suppose I am going for creating a new one. Then what you do? You go to the file. Can you see the file? Then you go to the new. In the new, you can check it here. Can you see it here? File, new, project, it is there, it is there. Okay, right. Okay, then go to the file, then go to the new, and you can see I am going for the Java class. You see here, file, new, I am going for the Java class. So I suppose I click this Java class because I am to create another Java class, because what I am telling you that the name of the program should be same as the name of the class. So I create another class, another Java class here. The Java class, it is asking give a name. Suppose I give the name is as student. Okay, I type student because class is S capital, so I am write capital S student. Okay, after typing just enter it there, so it is going to create a thing like student. Okay, so this student Java, it is created here, right here. So by default it will come public class student. So up to this it will come, and then this closing braces it will come there. Now what I am writing, because for every program we have to create the main method. For this main method, and it is public because anybody can access it. So public static void main, already I explained you what is the meaning of this public static void main, string arguments, all the things I put it here. And after that our code actually follows here. Okay, suppose for a student I write, I am talking about the various data type and variables. I have to declare the variables and how to store values. For example, I say roll number. Roll number of a student, it is integer because it is only 3 digits, 4 digit. So integer roll number, it is 501. Can you say? Can you tell me? We can use some other thing here also. What is that? We can use it here. So instead of integer, we can use, yes, we can use here what I have used it here. Instead of that, we can use byte. Byte is also text minus 120. That also we can use that, right? So that is the reason I told you that time. So instead of integer also I can use it byte, right? But I am using integer roll number 501. Then string S capital. You see, string the data type. Here name I am giving some name, and suppose a student name I am putting Raja, and then the phone number I am putting long, okay, data type and phone. So here I am writing 94401, so my number are 261, and because long number, so I have to write L here, capital L, because lowercase l it looks like 1, that's why always better to put. Then suppose I want to declare a constant like pi, so double pi 3.145 something I put it there, okay, right there. And suppose I want to declare more number of variables, so what I do, integer x is equal to 15 comma y is equal to 26 comma z is equal to 40, like that I given, and at the end I put a semicolon. For each and everything we are putting a semicolon at the end. Then suppose for these things I am writing system.out.println, or you can write SOUT tab. If you press SOUT, right, type all the things and tab, automatically the syntax it will come system.out.println, in the braces empty semicolon it comes. Then because x I declared 15, y declared 25 and z declared 40, then I go for this x plus y plus z, then output is from x plus y 15 plus 26 it is 41 plus 40 81, you should get that one. Then system.out.println roll number, what is the roll number? Roll number I have given 501, it should print. Then system.out.println name, what is the name I have given? Raja it will come. Then system.out.println phone number, this number should come, right? System.println pi value should come, okay. Now how to run this program? So when everything is fine, just we can see a blue color triangular mark is there, okay. And before that you have to see that what is the file name we are using, what is the file name? Student Java, but what is showing? It is showing casting. So you click it here, you go to the student here, you understand. Then I change the student. Once you are there in the students, just click it here. So now 5 4 3 2 1 and 0, successfully it is run. So you get it here. So first added all the things 25 15 26 40, it came output is there, and the roll number it came 501, and the name it came Raja, the mobile number came this one, and these are the things it came here. You got it now. So in this way you can, now I am giving you the assignment, instead of integer int you type byte, okay. We check, you can check it here also, instead of integer I type byte, okay, back b e y t e byte, right? So okay, okay, maybe it is not taking, take it, because small one we can take, integer take it, there is no issue on that integer, okay. So in this way we can do all things. So now the assignment is there. Suppose I want to create another class. How to create another class? Now it is up to you. I think I am not going to tell you. So now go for the file, okay. Then you go to the new, then you create a Java class. Just click this Java class. Then you give a name here. Now previously I have given student, I am writing faculty, F capital faculty, right? After clicking, writing and enter, okay. When you enter a class, it will come like this, faculty, okay. Then initially when you are selecting the project name, then we are giving the package name. I have given com.json. You can give any package name. You can give co.yourname, or you can give in dot anything, you can give the package name. So this is my package, I have given com.json, okay. So this is the package name at the time of creating the new project you have given, right? And public class faculty, up to this it will come, and the braces starts here and the closing braces this is. Then I am writing public static void main string arguments, and then the braces start here and the braces close here also. Then write your codes here, right? I am writing integer id, so this is my id, faculty id I am writing. Then string name I am writing Jijana, my phone number I am writing, all things, okay, right? Then system.out.println id, you can print it here, name you can print it here, phone number. And suppose I want to write my name is already there, and I want to go for the concatenation, okay. For the concatenation we use the plus character, use the plus character here, right? Okay. System.out.println, so under double quotations hello space, that means what is there in the double quotation, by default it will come that hello with a space, it will come plus name. What is name? Name I have provided, name is equal to Jijana. Then what is the output? Output should come hello space Jijana, right? So this is the faculty. So but by default it is there selected student, so you go for the faculty. Once you click this faculty here, and you see when the first time we are going, then you go and build it here you can go for the build, then build the project, and what is the project name, select and build it, okay. And then you go for the running. So that then I am running it here, because the faculty that I am running 5 4 3 2 1 0, boom, right? Now you can see it here, what I have given it there, System out println ID. What is my ID? 2206501. Something it has come. You got it now. Then I am telling system dot out println name Gijana it has come. Then println phone it has come. Then what I told, system dot out println hello space plus name is Gijana, so it has come hello space Gijana. So in this way you can practice a number of things. Then one more thing I am telling, so I am going for this variable. Okay, how to declare, how to create another class. So same thing you follow, go to the file, then go to the new and create a Java class. You can see it here. So once you click this Java class, you type here the name is var variable, because I how to use this variable I am going to give a demonstration. So class name I put var and my program name also I put it var. Okay, so I put it var and then I enter. Then once you enter, it will go to the var, it will create it like this var. So in this variable you can see I told you that that time I am going to use byte instead of integer. I am going to use it byte. So I have given byte number is equal to 100 and long number 2 is equal to some crores of, I think at the end I am putting L. That you don't forget to put this L. For long you put it L. Then float, you give a justified name. I am writing FR is for floating. Suppose I am giving 15.45 and at the end you put it. How you are putting a L here, here also I put a F here. Then similarly double DL I put it. You can write any name. I am writing DL and at the end 99.89 I put it D, right? Then boolean, so is Java is I am writing true. So these are the things. The system dot out println is Java is, then output it will come true. Then system dot out println DL. What is the DL? DL is equal to 99.89. Then FL will come all the things. Now let us run this program. Then now you understand what are the different type of variables and how we can define and how we can assign and how we can call it, right? So now it has the class name was variable. So we call this var here, and after calling this var I will run this. Okay, 5 4 3 2 1 0 5. So now it is there telling. So what is the first thing? What are you calling? Is Java easy? I have given true. Yes, it is output is coming true. Then it is calling system out of println DL. What is the DL number? DL is equal to 99.89. It has come. Okay. Then I am targeting the FL, floating point number. FL is equal to 15.45. So 15.45 it has come. Say suppose I am going for the system dot println number 2. What is number 2? Number 2 I have given long. That I have given, and I have given a very big, so 95 crore or like that. I have not counted. You check it. What is that? So some randomly I put some zero, that I put it here, right? Then I am going to use byte. Okay. So byte number is equal to 100 because I told minus 120 to 127. You can easily give it there and you can use, right? So I have given byte number 100. Then I call this number also, right? Because byte is the data type, the name of the variable is num, and it is assigned 100. So I am running it there. You get it now? So like this, you can do. Now you can practice other number of things also. Then again I am going for creating one more class. The same procedure. Suppose the name I am going for casting. Why this casting is important? There are two type of casting we are having. One is the widening casting and another is the narrowing casting. One is the widening casting, one is the narrowing casting. For example, it is there, it is integer there. The data type is integer and you want to put it to double. That means a small thing you want to big in a big container. There is no problem just to take it and pour it there. But a big thing you want to put in a small container, there is a problem. You got it now? You have to adjust, you have to pack like that. The same thing it is the casting here. So here public class casting, packing the same thing is there, and because name is casting and class name is also casting, same thing I put it there. Public static void main string arguments. Here suppose I declare integer and the name of the integer 2, I assign 25. Okay. Now because if you print this integer 2, it will come 25 only. Then this integer I want to convert into double. So double, the name is dbl of the same integer 2. That integer 2 I converted to double. It automatically, because it automatically go for the casting. Why? Because we are casting from small to big one. So that is no problem. That means say we have a big container and I want to pour 1 liter of water. It will contain. There is no problem on that one. Clear? That is there. So system dot println integer 2. Integer 2 means because integer 2 I have given 25, the output will come 25. But when I converted to double it will come some 25.0 because it is there in the I converted into double. Get it now? Similarly, in the narrowing casting, what happens? Suppose initially it is given double name is db because same thing creates some problem. The name I given different. Double is equal to db. the double value is 34.56 D, it is written. Okay, then I want to convert into integer. Then integer is equal to int1. Previously I given int2, I am giving int1. Then simply you are giving db, it will not accept. Then here what I do, because manually I am writing the data type integer, because initially what as the db was there, the db I want to convert into data type integer. Okay, then manually it converts. Then the output for the this db, it will come this one, 34.56, but while we are converting into integer, then it will come 34. Okay, so that is running or not, let us see. So now what is the file, what is our class name, what is our file name? File name is casting, file name is our casting, right? So now I am going to run this program. So 5 4 3 2 1 0, you can see everything there as it is, right? So 25 is the integer, where you are making it to no double, so it is coming 25.0. Then when initially it is 34.56, I am converting to that one, everything is possible. Okay, so I hope you are understanding the fundamentals. I think we will make some different parts of this Java, and slowly we teach you all the fundamentals, and we make you ready for these competitive exams as well as for the university exam. Thank you for watching this video, and if you really understand and like this video, then please do share with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe this one, and take care of your health. Goodbye, have a good day. Thank you.